The African wild dog is South Africa's most endangered carnivore, and over the last 10 years I've been working in the Greater Kruger National Park to increase the population of wild dogs by reducing the threats that they face, particularly human-induced or anthropogenic threats, which are snaring, disease and human-wildlife conflict. Today the plan is to locate the collared female in the pack and change the collar because the battery's gone flat. So the batteries only last for about 12 to 18 months and then you have to replace them. So the plan is today to locate the pack, dart that collared individual and put on a new collar as part of the continued monitoring of wild dogs. Hopefully the pack is still at the den site. It was full moon last night, so we don't think they're not moving much this morning. I think they were busy hunting last night. We're just waiting for Gino to bring a bait for us and we can lock the animals there. Once we've got a nice lock on them, then they can start feeding, and once they're feeding and us relax, we can put a dart in. We'll go and then we'll put a blindfold on, we've got a little stretcher, we'll bring them to the back of the car here, then we can process and do the collar on the back of the vehicle.
Back of it. Up that bar.
So the Endangered Wildlife Trust was established in 1973, and the mission and the goal of the organization, one of South Africa's most reputable NGOs, is to protect and conserve species and habitats in South Africa and East Africa. The Carnivore Conservation Program then focuses at boldly preventing the extinction of threatened and endangered carnivores such as the African wild dog or painted wolves, cheetah, lion and leopard.
Every wild dog immobilization is always a very unique experience, a unique opportunity to work with the animals. We went out in the morning, the dogs didn't want to respond at all to our call. When we went out later in the afternoon, they responded very nicely to the calls. It got them really excited. Once that happens, you just kind of got to ensure you're in the right place at the right time to get a good dart in. Luckily that happened. It was a bit stressful, but and then also what was very nice is we kept visual of the dog after the dart. She had a collar, so we would have found her anyway, but it's just nice to know you can see the induction.
Just managed to get a dart in of the dogs while they were feeding, and she's gone down just in front of us here. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes before she's completely asleep, so we're just waiting for her to be completely asleep, and then we'll go in closer with the vehicle, put a blindfold on and take her away from the rest of the pack just so we don't disturb them at all. So we'll take her away to put the collar on, and then we'll wake her up and then she'll come back to the rest of the dogs by herself.
For us, it's really important to start creating awareness around the destinations that we send our travelers to. The responsibility we have as a tour operator to educate our clients and create awareness around the importance of conservation work. The main focus of this safari is placed on seeing as much wildlife as possible, and that would mean very little in a few years' time if none of us started taking on an active, responsible role in supporting conservation efforts like those of the EWT to ensure that those populations are actively conserved, not just for our clients now, but for future generations to come.
Taking part in this EWT trip has shown me that this might not be around for the next generation, and to be part of something that is putting that work in to ensure that this is around for my children, my great-grandchildren, is amazing.
The more we learn, the more we're inspired to share. The more I learn, the more I'm inspired to share with my friends and family. And we want to be able to give our clients and travelers the same opportunity, the same experiences to learn, to be inspired, and to be able to have the opportunity to leave a positive impact on their safaris.
To collar and monitor one pack of wild dogs for a year, it's approximately 15 to 20,000 US dollars. So it requires a lot of collaboration and a lot of support in order to protect every single pack of wild dogs. The relationship with Go2africa and their clients goes a long way to ensuring that we can do the work that we do on a daily basis. If the opportunity is there to have guests join us, it really just adds value because the guests have the opportunity to contribute towards the conservation of the most endangered carnivore in South Africa. That's what makes me wake up every day, that we are making a difference, and when people can contribute towards conservation that's having a positive impact, it's really, what more can you ask for?